Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, and in this video we're breaking down
It's the Truman Show!
the movie's now celebrating its 25th anniversary, and a brand new 4K Blu-ray has just released. After picking it up, I just had to break down this film, as there's so many deeper layers to it that I'd not seen before. It closed out with him being reunited with Sylvie, but it was a far more downbeat portrayal of how Carrie plays it. They also went with several directors as well, and Brian De Palma was initially in negotiations. This fell through though, and then they asked Tim Burton, Sam Raimi, Terry Gilliam, David Cronenberg, Barry Sonnenfeld, and Steven Spielberg before Peter Weir finally signed on. Deciding on a more light-hearted tone, he ended up looking to Jim Carrey, who too was looking to be taken more seriously as a dramatic actor. They'll drop this down to $12 million to be part of the film. His schedule was also pretty complicated too, with him working on both The Cable Guy and Liar Liar. Weir ended up delaying production for a full year because he felt that Carrey was perfect for the role. Nicole also rewrote the script 12 times, and a lot of inspiration was taken from Michael Jackson. Weir said the singer's life had been turned into a show and that they wanted to document what it would be like if that was taken literally. In fact, if you look at all the names in the film, these actually pull from real-world things. Marlon's named after Marlon Brando, and his off-screen wife's called Rita after Rita Hayworth. Truman's wife Meryl's named after Meryl Streep, and his upcoming love interest's called Vivian Lee. Truman's dad's called Kirk after Kirk Douglas, and his mum's named Angela after Angela Lansbury. Sylvia's show name is Lauren Garland, with a surname of course being a reference to Judy. The musicians in the town also carry this too. Barrymore Street's named after Drew Barrymore, and Wells Park is a nod to Orson Welles. James Stewart Street, well, you know that, with Lancaster Square being Burt Lancaster. Now that takes us into the film itself, and the movie opens with Christoph talking about Truman's appeal and why the world's become fascinated with him. He says that people became bored with actors and special effects, and that they craved something real that was actually authentic. Inadvertently predicting reality TV, we'd see as this became something that was a phenomenon in the noughties. Even today, the shows are still popular, but it's fair to say the audience has become way more sophisticated. Deep down, we know that it's manufactured too, which this movie also somewhat predicted. Interestingly, Dennis Hopper was originally in the role of Christoph, but he walked off after the first day. Jack Nicholson was then offered the part, but he turned it down due to being friends with Hopper. They also offered it to Jonathan Pryce, who you might remember played a similar role in Tomorrow Never Dies. Now, he was on holiday at the time, so he couldn't get the script, because this was back before things were done through email. In the end, they settled on Ed Harris, who's actually only 12 years older than Carrey is. They made Truman look younger and Christoph look older by having things like wire-rimmed glasses and dark muted clothing. In the end, I really think it works, and you totally believe that Harris is old enough to be like this. The cast names come in, and I love the way this plays out, giving us the idea that these are real people. We see interviews, talking heads, and the title card popping up, while Truman nonchalantly talks into a mirror. Now this itself contains some symbolism later on, as he gets a bar of soap and ends up drawing an astronaut in it. Astronauts, of course, leave their world behind and travel into new ones like Truman at the end. The mirror's edge, that also creates a box around him, and he's finally heading out into this different life. Now after this, we see as he goes into the street, where he greets God twins myself, but you know what I mean. It's just seeing them looking exactly alike adds a feeling of it being almost like they're clones or something. I know they're not clones, but you get what I'm saying. Now at his office, we see Truman desperately trying to find Sylvia, and he even cuts eyes out of women's magazines to try and make a collage of her.
I see you like cutting the eyes out of photos of women. My son is a big fan of that too.
We also see as his boss tests him to see if he's willing to go off island, and turning this down reassures them that he's not trying to leave. However, his heart longs for the sea, which we actually see right next to his desk nameplate. To the left we have a boat, and to the right is a lighthouse, which foreshadows the journey that he makes at the end. Going out to the ferry, even the dialogue here is used as a way to play upon his fears of the sea. Everything is leading that, and like them, we've got some bills to pay too. However, they're good ones, mate, and if you like these classic movie breakdowns, then I've actually got a deal that I think you're gonna love. Us and Arrow Films, we've started up a partnership where viewers of this channel get 10% off. Whether you want RoboCop 4K, the Hellraiser collection in 4K, the Chucky ones, or whatever you want, just use my link and pinned comment for 10% off. If you forget, then just use the code HEAVYSPOILERS at checkout, and that's a fine deal. Anyway, Truman talks about leaving his job. I imagine you would, just being stuck in this prison. Now he just wants to go wherever he can because he wants to get out and doesn't care where it is. Blocked by traffic, this ends up clearing out when it seems like they're heading home. Getting to the bridge, we see a sign in the bottom right saying that you're now leaving Sea Haven. If you look closely at the bottom, you can also see it has a line of text that says, "Are you sure it's a good idea?" Forcing Meryl to steer, they make it across where forest fire warnings hint at what security measures they have. And this ad being delivered by Meryl while having a clear breakdown just shows the demands that people have to stick with the commercials. Now, if you've been enjoying us going back through these classic movies, then check out our classic movie breakdown merch just below the video. Got a bloody Terminator and Xenomorph inspired design, and all the all help videos like this get made and mean that I won't have to go on a killing spree. Yay! Now, Meryl breaks character and then asks for help before Marlon's sent in as a last-ditch attempt. Huge thank you for checking out the breakdown, and make sure you subscribe for more classic movie breakdowns. We have been releasing these videos early for members, so if you want to check them out before anyone else, then please click the join button. Costs 99 cents a month, makes a big difference to the channel, and you'll get not only audio only versions very early, but also the edits too, so yeah, thank you everyone who's done that. Now our next video, it is going to be Apocalypse Now, and MT's also working on a Spider-Man breakdown as well. Lots of things coming out down the line. I hope to see you over there, and yeah, thank you for all the support. You know, I love doing these videos so much, and I really appreciate that you guys love them too. So with that out of the way, thank you so much, and if I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.